Just a complete all-round centre forward, really. Scored plenty of goals, hard as nails. Was not frightened of getting stuck in, and wherever he played was just he turned it on as a centre forward.
Busby had built a team, but he needed someone who could score the goals for him then. And when he came along, bang, jigsaw finished.
In the 1963 FA Cup final, he scored, and it was at that point that people sort of said, oh right, they're starting to sort of like move on from what had happened at Munich. They're starting to rebuild the team, and it was around those three guys. So I think him scoring in the FA Cup final just kind of clinched it that United were back on the way again.
I was 10 years old in 1963, and watching the match I was Denis Law. So on that day I scored the goal with him, and that memory has stayed with me ever since. And yes, my grandchildren know it, and he's always been the king.
For me, he was the king. We had the Prince in best. Not too sure you could call Charlton, really. Obviously Charlton was the guy that survived the Munich air disaster, but yeah, the Prince in best, but we had the king in Denis Law, yeah, for the Stretford.
They were like triplets. They knew where each other was. We weren't even having to look for them. We looked for each other. It's unbelievable.
He's the main man. I mean, Bestie, God bless him, fantastic. Bobby Charlton. Well, Denis Law was Bestie's best mate, and Denis Law sort of knit together with all three great players.
I don't know if it's my favourite. It's certainly my most memorable was when he backheeled the ball into the net that contributed towards us going down in '74. So it wasn't a favourite, but certainly memorable.
His main years were at Old Trafford, so when he went to City was his twilight sort of a career. His main stay was Old Trafford, so the fans love him for that, really.
From my point of view, we were just glad to see him at United. So, you know, there's not many who can cross over from, I mean, like Cantona from Leeds, but it's what you do here. I don't care what you did for City. I mean, obviously the guy was a great footballer, and he was great for Aberdeen. He was great all round, and great for Scotland. But all I care about is what he did for United, and what he did for United was help us win. Certainly, like the '63 FA Cup, he was the man. You know, he made the difference.